Welcome to the Explainer. If you follow dynamic, high-octane sports strategy, man, you are going to want to see this. Today, we're totally unpacking the tactical philosophy of the Japan national team. We're looking at how a really unique blend of meticulous technique and overwhelming sudden force forms the very DNA of their gameplay. It's an absolute masterclass in tactical execution, and together, we're going to see exactly how they operate and, frankly, dominate the pitch.
Okay, let's dive into this. Precision, power, execution. You know, in the world of football, these terms are so often thrown around as just locker room buzzwords or commentator cliches, right? But for the Japan national team, this is a rigid, chronological doctrine. You simply cannot have the execution without the power, and you definitely cannot have the power without the foundational precision. Let's look at how these three elements interlock perfectly, acting as the ultimate blueprint for literally every single movement the team makes over the course of a 90-minute match.
Think of precision and power like, well, dual engines. Usually when we do football analysis, we separate these concepts. You have teams known for their physical, bruising power, and entirely different teams known for their delicate, precise passing. But what the source material reveals about the Japanese squad is that they don't view these as mutually exclusive opposites at all. Instead, they pair them up. They are synchronized engines, driving one unified strategy. When one engine revs up, the other kicks in to stabilize and propel the team forward. It's this gorgeous, harmonious balance, rather than a forced choice between one or the other.
So looking right here, it's really a story of the micro versus the macro. On one side, we have precision. This is the micro level. We're talking flawless technique, crazy close control in tight spaces, and harnessing the absolute best skills of the individual player. On the other side, power. And this scales right up to the macro level. The sheer force of collective movement, total team speed, and those massive counterattacks. The team relies on the individual player's finesse to create that foundational spark, which immediately ignites the macro-level team force. Basically, you need the scalpel to open the space and the hammer to drive the advantage home.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that before we even get into those sweeping, full-pitch movements and dominating the global stage, we have to start at the ground floor with the individual. Best skills. Team success fundamentally begins with the individual player's technical mastery. Think about it. If the player on the ball doesn't possess elite-level skill, the whole tactical structure just collapses. The Japanese football philosophy demands that every single player out there, from the center backs all the way to the wingers, possesses an incredibly high baseline of these best skills. It is the absolute, non-negotiable prerequisite for everything else.
And we're definitely not just talking about basic competence here. Best skills at this level means the extreme execution of fundamentals under massive, intense pressure. I mean, look at these components. It's the ability to kill a 40-mile-an-hour pass dead at your feet in a split second. It's having complete 360-degree spatial awareness to map out the opposition and find the open grass before the ball even arrives. And it's the ability to ping rapid-fire one-touch distributions that completely disorient a high press. When you combine that incredibly tight control with lightning-fast distribution, a player becomes virtually impossible to close down.
But, you know, individual mastery, that's really just the spark. To win a match, you need a wildfire. The true genius of this tactical setup and why it matters so much for us to understand is what happens the very millisecond those individual skills successfully secure the ball. They don't just hold possession to slow the game down, oh no. They use that micro-level precision to immediately trigger a massive, highly coordinated transition right into team power.
And that brings us right to their amazing counterattacks. The absolute second the Japanese team regains the ball, boom, the chess match turns into a dead sprint. It's a totally ruthless transition. They absorb the pressure, wait patiently for that perfect moment of precise individual skill to win the ball back, and then the trap is sprung. It leaves an overcommitted defense absolutely scrambling, just hopelessly backpedaling against this wave of highly organized attackers.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because it happens in 3 rapid-fire steps. First, regain possession via skill. This is that precision engine doing its job perfectly, like a time tackle or super clean interception. Second, transition with power. This is the sudden, explosive burst of speed as the entire unit moves up the pitch together. And third, ruthlessly attack the open space. They exploit the gaps left behind by the retreating opponents, delivering a vertical strike from defense to offense without giving the opposition even 3 seconds to catch their breath. It's literally a surgical strike executed with sledgehammer force.
Of course,
Pulling this off seamlessly in real life, it requires absolute, flawless team synchronization. It relies entirely on what feels like an invisible thread connecting all 11 guys out there on the pitch. The player making the tackle must know, instantly, that his teammates are already sprinting into the open channels. The runners, they have to trust that the rapid pass is coming right to their feet in perfect stride. It is this terrifyingly beautiful choreography that turns defense into a deadly offensive threat in a matter of heartbeats.
So, we've got the individual precision, we've got the collective, synchronized power, we have these literally lightning-fast transitions. When all of these elements, these dual engines of precision skills and powerful counterattacks rev at maximum capacity, what is the inevitable output of them colliding on the pitch?
So the crucial point is goals. Spectacular, undeniable goals. When the net bulges, it is definitely not luck. It is the inevitable, highly engineered conclusion of combining Japan's best individual skills with their synchronized counterattacks. Everything we've just discussed, every single deft touch, every sprint, every split-second spatial calculation is explicitly designed to produce this exact outcome. The goal is simply the final aggressive period at the end of a very, very fast sentence.
In this system, a goal is the ultimate climax. It's that exact, beautiful moment where individual precision and team power completely bypass the opposition. It's the ultimate validation of their entire doctrine, really. It proves that the initial cause, the foundational best skills, and the rapid transition into a powerful counterattack directly created this victorious effect. It's proof that the dual engines are working in perfect harmony to totally dismantle the opposing defense through pure technique and velocity.
So, as Japan steps out onto the global stage, often facing opponents who rely purely on massive physical size and brute strength, it leaves us with one incredibly provocative question. Can this intricate blend of precision and power actually conquer sheer mass? Watching how this tactical doctrine holds up against the world's heavyweights is the next great frontier of the beautiful game, and exactly what makes it so endlessly fascinating. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you next time.